There are some things that are just too painful to talk about. It's the stuff that haunts you at night, that lies like black sludge over your heart, that you try to push away in the waking hours, like the day my brother Billy took off on his brand new bike and never came home, 50 long years ago. Since I've retired, I feel like I'm going insane. When I ran the practice, I could hide behind the work that kept me busy. Jenny Boyd's strep, Alicia Bulworth's anemia, all the runny noses and fevers that poured in the door on Monday mornings. Now, when I pull the weeds and rototill and pick zucchini, all I can think about is Billy. What the hell happened to him? I went nuts once before, just after he disappeared. They stuck me in an asylum for 3 months. I wouldn't talk. I didn't meet their eyes. The world was a blur of murmurings and shadows, and horrible nightmares that occurred even when I was wide awake. How could I speak? How could I breathe? It was all my fault. They said I was catatonic and threw in lots of other diagnoses, like schizophrenia and post-traumatic stress syndrome. But I knew they were wrong. I knew precisely why I acted the way I did. It was guilt. I should have been there to protect him, to guide him, riding beside him on that hot and dusty summer day. Instead, I was on the phone, taking my first call from a girl. Sure, she was pretty, and sure, she made my knees weak. I was a raving idiot when in her presence. I stumbled over the simplest words when she was around, tossing that pretty yellow hair. But Renee Snell ended up being nothing more than a childhood crush. And because I was so smitten with her, I let my only brother ride off alone to a horrible fate. So you see, it was all my fault. If only I knew what happened, if I just had some closure. That's what my wife tells me. I didn't have closure. Maybe I could have dealt with it and moved on. She's good to me, though. She understands my burden and tries to ease my pain. But the questions won't be stilled. Was he murdered? Taken by some sicko in broad daylight and snuffed out on his 11th birthday? Or was he stolen and raised under a new name? In Alaska? Canada? Will he someday make his way home? Will I ever find out what happened? Billy was 11. I was 12. He was a royal pain in the neck, and he was my best friend.